And now, please welcome the co-founder and director of the Tribe Hotel Group, Mark Peters, and CEO of Lifestyle at Accor, Gaurav Bhushan, in conversation with Skift President Carolyn Kremins.
Good morning, Asia. How I wish I was there right now. I am so happy to be here with Mark Peters, who is based in Melbourne right now, and Gaurav Bhushan, who is joining us from Stockholm. So first and foremost, Gaurav, congratulations on your role as CEO of Accor's newly established lifestyle division. That's big and recent news. And I am looking and I do not see Gaurav. So we will wait for him to join. Will give us a minute. But anyway, happy to be here with Mark. Mark is here from Melbourne. He is as you know, the co-founder of Tribe. And we'll start with you, Mark, because why not?
There's no Gaurav at the minute. Yeah, thanks for having me, Caroline.
Yeah, happy to have you here. So you started a boutique hotel, one property, back in 2017. And my question is, now that you've been acquired by Accor and there is a huge expansion plan, when you started with the idea of Tribe, did you even imagine that one day you would be there now with Accor as your parent company?
Sure. Well, I think when we set out to develop Tribe, we very much had the global markets in mind. Australia is a very small dot on the map. And we spent a lot of time looking at a lot of interesting product in Europe and America. So a lot of, I suppose, the foundations of what we built Tribe from were based on offshore models. So we always foresaw that at some point in time, we'd like to take the product outside of Australia. Obviously, coming together with Accor has given us the opportunity to really accelerate that with their vast footprint globally, which has been fabulous.
Yeah. So a question. I mean, you're an entrepreneur, right? And you started the hotel, but there are so many hotels right now. There are, hundreds of thousands of hotels. So the question is, why would you, in your right mind, start a hotel? But what was it? Did you find a gap in the marketplace? Was there something that you felt was missing from the hotels that are currently out there when you were imagining what Tribe would be?
Yeah, sure. Listen, we started out by basically focusing on the Australian market. At that point in time, it was a pretty vanilla landscape. Looking back 5-6 years ago, all the majors were here in Australia, but there was not very much servicing a market that was after more of a sort of a boutique-y lifestyle, design-led, interesting product that comes with not being, I suppose, refined by a lot of the conditions and requirements of the large scale. So we saw an opportunity or a gap here in the Australian market to bring a product that was very different to that of the existing stock. And by developing what we did for the Australian market, obviously Accor saw us fitting on a certain part of one of their shelves in a market that they didn't have a comprehensive coverage in. So, when we set out to do it, we wanted to create something really different, something really innovative, and something that would stand the test of time. And with the traction we're getting on Tribe globally now, I think we've done a relatively good job at that.
So I have to ask you, why the name Tribe? I'm sure there's a story behind it.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've been asked. We love the name. The name is a big part of what we are and what we do. Basically, a tribe, as we know, is a group of people. Often that group of people have similar needs. So we see the tribe as the tribe of users of our hotels of today, all with the same priorities and same I suppose, thoughts in relation to what they really want to get out of a hotel. So it's just a group of people with similar ambitions and travel needs.
I mean, when you think about Tribe, or in terms of developing a hotel concept, I mean, are you looking at it from like more of a generation? This is perfect for millennials, or are you looking more at mindset?
Yeah, good question. I think there's two variables to that. You've got the younger generation, you've got the older generation. You've then got the business traveller, you've then got the leisure traveller. So they're the sort of four sides of the spectrum. So as far as the brand goes, we engage designers to come in and design both the brand and the properties themselves. Probably more so with the younger generation in mind. But because we take quite a sophisticated view in relation to our design aesthetic, it has been more attractive to a lot of the older set than we ever imagined it to be. So when we look at our user profile in our hotel in Perth, we'd expect to go and see a whole lot of millennials sitting in the lobby, but that's not the case at all. It's a real mix of older and younger people, which is great. And I think we draw the older people because we've created something that's so sophisticated. And then when you look at the split between leisure and corporate, well, Tribe appeals to both. And that's something we've experienced with our Perth property. It's almost an equal split. So we've got those that want to be there for leisure, and you've got the wonderful common areas and design smarts and aesthetics to appeal to that particular market. But then the corporates as well. The way corporates travel these days, they're wanting to host, whether they want to host meetings in the hotel, the environment that we offer within our common areas is I think a big upsell to those wanting to conduct business within those areas.
Definitely. Gaurav, welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
We found you floating in the internet. Anyway, I was congratulating you on your role, your newly appointed role of CEO of Accor's newly lifestyle division, and all of a sudden I looked up and you weren't there. So congratulations. It's official.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I just want to, I'll come back to you, Mark, in a minute, because I just want to sort of set the stage back out a little bit to talk about the lifestyle brands, of which Tribe is one of them. But Gaurav, the recent news only a few weeks ago is that Accor was decentralizing its structure, and now you, as the CEO of Lifestyle, what does lifestyle hospitality mean to Accor, and what's your vision when you think about the growth for this segment?
Sure. Lifestyle is a pretty broad term, but in the end, for me, essentially, it's about an accelerated and accentuated experience. That's what lifestyle hotels are about. They are unique. They use both the hardware, i.e., a unique design and decoration, and the software, which is a service style delivery, food and beverage, entertainment. It all comes together to deliver a very different experience, a much more fun, a much more relaxed, an accelerated experience, as I call it. And that, to me, is the essence of lifestyle hotels, and that's what we're out to deliver.
Yeah, I just asked Mark this question. I'll ask you the same, because you have a whole plethora of lifestyle brands now under your watch. When you are acquiring or building these brands, when you set out, are you looking at it from a mindset or like from a generational point of view? Like when you
Sure.
Yeah.
For me, lifestyle's a lot about mindset, and there's this misnomer that lifestyle hotels are supposed to be for 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. That's not true at all. We've got a lot of corporate business. We got 60-year-old people having a lot of fun in our bars and restaurants, hanging out with the 25, 30-year-olds, engaging in great conversations, and you can see that all over. For me, it's about mindset. Even corporate travelers want to have fun. They don't want to be in boring hotels. They want to be out there interacting with people. They want to host their guests in fun and interesting places, because it's all about the experience and the interaction, and that there's no age limit for that.
This I can vouch personally is true. So right before your being named the CEO of Lifestyle, you recently led Accor's growth in APAC with over 1,200 properties and 500 plus in the pipeline in the region. And but with that said, the majority of the lifestyle brands have yet to land in Asia, meaning that there's a lot of room for development right now. So is Asia ready for the leisure concept? And what's the difference? Is there anything different about leisure hospitality in Asia from other parts of the world? Say, like, is it different in Europe or different in the United States than as you imagine it to be in Asia?
Sure. Look, I think in the end, people in Asia expect exactly the same quality, the same brand standards as you would in Europe or the US, if not better. Everything is online. The person who's sitting in Jakarta can see exactly what is happening in New York, and they want the same thing. Now, the way we deliver that in terms of the customer experience, instead of the staff training, the culture, the food, that will be adapted to the region. Of course, that's quite logical. But in terms of the overall experience, it has to be consistent. It has to be a real lifestyle experience. Otherwise, the brand's not authentic and we won't be successful.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, Accor absolutely challenges the status quo. And I would say probably in the last 5 or 6 years, we've seen, some real signs of that challenging take place with Sebastian's leadership. And Accor was really early to recognize the collision between work, life, and travel. And now, I mean, especially this year, we're seeing this massive shift from corporations that are giving up the headquarters, and remote working is becoming the norm. I mean, at Skift, we are now a globally distributed company. And so you're starting to see now hotels are evolving their offerings. So we're starting to see things like subscription models, and Skift's editor, Matt Parsons, recently reported on corpcations, where hotels offer these quarantine-safe group takeovers in resort destinations for company get-togethers. Do you see an opportunity in rethinking a hotel experience, what it could be beyond the obvious?
Yeah, look, most definitely, and we're having a very close look at it. The whole idea of work, live, and play, it's going to take on a whole new meaning in a post-COVID world. And I'm based in London. If you walk out to any of our hotels that are open now in London, you walk into the bar and the lobby, and it is packed with people who are working in hotels. And there is a real opportunity to turn that into a proper work experience, because what's happened is, obviously, over the last few months, everyone's been working from home. But after a period of time, there's only so much that you can do from home. Maybe people don't want to go back to the office 24/7 or 5 days a week, but they want to be working in an environment where they can interact with people, they can host people, they can meet people. So the hotels, as we know it, I think will take on a whole new meaning as a workspace, and we have got to find the right way to give our customers the right experience, the right facilities, to make sure that they can actually conduct their business in a very different environment from an office, which is better.
Yeah. And I would say the lifestyle brands are certainly poised for that, right? Because there's a big focal point,
exactly right,
on the main sort of living room of the hotel, which brings me back to Tribe. Mark, you were talking a little bit about the ethos, the DNA of Tribe, and I would love to call up a video. We have a short video, but I think it really brings to life what the whole idea of lifestyle hospitality means for Accor. So can we just go to the video right now? Excellent. I was actually dancing in the background. Good thing you didn't say. But I think that that really does bring to life the very concept of what we were just talking about. And I know Tribe was designed to be utilitarian, again, with the large common spaces and rooms that are smaller but smarter. So this whole idea of an edited experience is obviously working. So much so that there are over 50 new hotels in the pipeline. And I believe there's one that's currently being built in Phnom Penh. And I know that Singapore, Dubai, Bangkok are all on the slate. And Gaurav, if I'm right, I think that you predict that there will be 150 international destinations by 2030. So that's a whole lot of building of Tribe hotels. But Mark, back to you. When you first opened, did you imagine that Tribe would scale in this way so quickly? I mean, this is 2017. You built your first hotel, and here you are, with 150 destinations in the next 10 years.
Yeah, well, obviously, Accor is a huge accelerator of that, and Gaurav and his team run a wonderful development service globally. So I think having feet on the ground in so many different parts of the world is a huge benefit. And when you couple that up together with our, the way we work with our existing or former Tribe teams, it all seems to work really well together.
Yeah. I have an audience question, and it's for you, Mark. And it says, when negotiating this deal with Accor, how important was it to you that Accor gave you the assurance that you could develop independently, even as you are part of a larger global brand? And I think there was also another question earlier about, were you afraid to lose your identity under, a bigger umbrella?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, and I think that's probably one of the greatest concerns of smaller groups, in that, especially in the lifestyle segment, the authenticity of the brand and the way we approach things is just so integral to the success of the product itself. So that was a major concern to us, but I'm delighted to say that we're nearly 2 years in now. And we are working hand in hand and exceptionally well with the greater Accor team. We've got some very capable people based in Europe that we're working with almost on a day-to-day basis, that basically I suppose the overarching oversight on the Tribe business. And I think it's a really powerful combination when you've got a group of smaller, creative, entrepreneurial people that have created something in the first instance, and you put it together with a group like Accor that understands that, but can at the same time make it scale. It's a really powerful combination, and at the moment, I think we're doing a pretty good job of that.
Maybe if I can add on to that, Carolyn, Mark, thank you for that. We've worked pretty hard at that. The whole reason we've established this platform is to ensure that it doesn't get lost in the world of Accor, and we keep it authentic. So the idea is to run this quite independently, and we have a portfolio of brands to give it scale. So we have the resources to hire the right people, have all things we need to do to deliver performance to our owners, but also making sure we can have independent teams that think differently about these brands and keep the brands authentic. Because if we just kind of merge it into the rest of Accor, we might get more synergies, but we'll lose the brands, we'll lose the very essence of what we are trying to do. So we've accepted actually the opposite. In a difficult environment, we're accepting some level of dis-synergy, because the whole focus is to keep the brands authentic and keep the brands real.
Yeah, well, we are, all of our eyes are on what's ahead for you, Gaurav, in your new role. We're excited to see, and good luck with Tribe and all of the other brands. I'm happy to have you both join us this morning, this evening, wherever you are in the world. And thank you. We wish you great success.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care.
Appreciate that. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.